everyone, my name is Karla and you have reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch but also other crafts that I'm involved in and a little bit of life thrown in. Today is Sunday, it's June 14th, and this is my 49th FlossTube video. I really want to give a big thank you to my subscribers who have on my last video who sent me messages and gave me a lot of support for what I said. If you didn't see that video, I did at the beginning of the video spend a few minutes talking about the situation in the United States right now, and I gave my support to the Black Lives Matter movement and kind of voiced my opinions about that whole situation. I mean, it's not really a political opinion, as many people have said much more eloquently than me. This is a moral issue, and it is something where change needs to happen. So I did spend a few minutes talking about that. I'm not going to go over it all again. I was actually kind of surprised. I got 9 thumbs down on that video. I've never gotten more than like 1 on a video. So, you know, those people, I'm sure if they gave me a thumbs down, they don't watch me anyway, really, but, you know, too bad if you didn't like it. That is how I feel. I feel that what I said was the reality, and I said what I said. But forgetting the negative part, I had a lot of subscribers who, gave me, support and kind of said I agree with you, and you know, and I'm glad that I'm able to use my teeny little bit of influence with my little tiny channel here to at least put out there the moral stance that I think everybody needs to take. So I just want to give a big thank you to my subscribers who did voice their support for me, because I had a couple days there where I was feeling a little bit like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything, but then I needed to say something, and you know, it's kind of sometimes it's a difficult situation to do the right thing. What is that Dumbledore quote? Sometimes it's harder to that you have to do what's right instead of what's easy. I think that really applies to a lot of situations right now. Anyway, if this is your first time stopping by, this really is a channel about cross stitch, and I just throw a little bit of life stuff in. So I hope that you like what you see and want to continue watching, like and subscribe. As I said, it's Sunday. It's the 14th of June. It's pretty early still today. It's only like 7:30. I woke up really early today. I thought it was Monday. You know how like you're kind of half asleep, and I was like, oh, I have to get up, I have to go to work, and then I realized, no, I don't. It's Sunday. I mean, I get up early on Sundays anyway because I do my videos, but I got up like extra early today. I had a grocery delivery, like an Amazon Fresh grocery delivery, and I had set it to be delivered before 7. And so when I got up, it was there on my doorstep, which was really nice. And so I put the groceries away and got dressed for the video, and it's still fairly early, but I'm also kind of tired, so I think I'm gonna be taking a nap this afternoon, or maybe, you know, after I finish uploading my video, maybe I'll be taking a morning nap or a mid-morning nap. So my lights, it's because it's so early, I'm not having like afternoon light or anything, so I feel like it's a little dark over here, but whatever. You guys are used to me by now. If you've watched me for the year that I've been doing this, you know, it is what it is. So as I mentioned last week, I have sort of a couple little mini vacations planned with my brother and his family, and we are going to be going away for just a long weekend, really. Just to Palm Springs, very like social distancing, COVID appropriate vacation. So it's just gonna be us, and I have been like, that's all I want to think about, you know. My sister-in-law and I, it's so funny because neither one of us are big drinkers, And I mean, my brother might drink a little bit more than we do, and he's more into sort of heavier, like, you know, he will drink the occasional scotch and stuff like that. My sister-in-law, she's like, she wants very fruity drinks that don't taste like alcohol. So it's funny that the two of us who are really not very big drinkers, all we've been doing all week is sending like tropical cocktail recipes back and forth to each other. It's like we have to get that all set. Like what are we going to drink over the weekend? And it's really funny because we really don't drink very much, but it's fun to kind of plan. And I have kind of a Palm Springs, I keep calling it my Palm Springs pile, that I have on my dresser. I pulled out all my bathing suits and I figured out which bathing suit, because I have several bathing suits, which is pretty funny considering I haven't been near a pool in 2 years, but I have a bunch of bathing suits. So I pulled them out and I figured out which ones I'm going to take, and I have those in a pile, and I started piling over, you know, like my fancy sunglasses and the stuff I'm going to bring on my little weekend. So it's fun to plan and have that to look forward to. This has been kind of another stressful week. There was a bit of a scare, a COVID scare at my tiny little office of 3. My coworker's husband's coworker was tested positive, so he had to stay home for a couple of days, and she, you know, stayed home, and they've all been tested, and his test came out. First he had a test that came out positive, then he had a test that came out negative. I haven't heard that she's gotten her test results back yet, but I'm pretty sure she's going to be negative. But it still is kind of scary. And again, my vacation is like topmost in my plans. It's like I can't get sick because I'm going on vacation. But my boss and I again discussed like, what if I have to go home? How we're going to do it? And it's just, it would be so like difficult because everything I do is like connected to the office more than, you know, more than even him, because he can go meet people other places, but you know, my job all has to do with like getting online, which yes I could do at home, but printing out stuff and making calls for clients, and it's just it's not like it would be impossible to do from home, but without equipment and without pre-planning it would be difficult. So anyway, I'm just keeping a positive spin. I don't know if you're hearing all these little noises over here, but my cat, who usually likes to sleep through my videos, is in a chasing things around the apartment mode. So if you hear clunks around here, it's because Mr. Bagheera is, he's in a mood. He is chasing shadows around the floor. I don't know what it is. Here, I can give him some. These are his favorite things. Temptations, treats. It is true what the commercials say. Here, Beggy. Okay. Alright. That's not going to stop you from hearing noises, but it will keep him occupied. Go. Over there. Go look. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay, so I think that's about it for like life stuff. And I have finishes to show you, starts to show you. So as far as the stitching goes, I have been kind of stressed and I feel like I haven't done a lot, but then I have. So I don't know. You'll make your own opinion, I assume. Alright, so I have a significant finish, I would say. If you follow me on Instagram, you already saw this, but I finished Suffrage Act by Little House Needleworks. This was such a fun stitch, and I will be giving the pattern away, passing the stash kind of thing. But I did this in a SAL with the Stitching with the Sisterlies, so SWTS Suffrage. And as I said, I follow that tag on Instagram, and everybody's projects look great, but it's just funny because I think I'm the only person that's in the SAL or who's posted that has done this on a more colored fabric. I mean, some people have like a neutral fabric that has kind of like some red and blue modeling on it, which looks really cool, but most people are doing it on kind of a called for neutral. And but here's Karla having to be different with her fabric choice. So I really love the way this turned out. I think it's really pretty. I think I'm going to make it into a little pillow. I have a very small, like this size pillow that I bought. I think I got it from Kohl's. It was like on sale. It was on some clearance thing, and it says "You Are My Sunshine." It's a dumb little pillow, and I didn't get it actually for what it is now. I got it because I was like, ooh, maybe I could turn that into a pillow form for my cross stitch. So I think that actually this is going to fit on that really nice. And so that will happen eventually. I'm getting kind of like a little, well, it's not under my bed, but a little under the bed box, or my little bag of my finishes that are going to have to be FFO'd sometime in the hopefully not too distant future. But yeah, I was really excited for that. I'm also, I have to be honest, I'm excited to whittle down these whips, as I said last week, because I have a bunch of starts I want to do, and I didn't do starts in May. I didn't do the whole mania thing, but I watched everybody start all this stuff, and of course it made me kind of like really want to start. And I know I have two starts planned in August, one for my Black Cat birthday sal, which I wanted just to remind you guys about because I would love it if you want to join in. It's starting anytime in August for my birthday. My birthday's on August 15th, but I'll probably start August 1st. I'm doing Night Walk Down by the Blue Flower, and I did a Black Cat birthday sal last year, and I did the Red Kitten, which I have hanging over there. Yeah. You can't see it. I've got that glare, that morning glare thing happening. But basically I chose that because my Bagheera is black. Oh my gosh, he hoovered up all of those cookies already. My Bagheera is a big black cat, and because it's August, which is kind of close to Halloween, I figured there's a lot of projects that people might want to do that would have a black cat on them. So yeah, if you want to stitch along for my birthday, any pattern that has a big black cat on it would be just fine. You know what, and even if you can't do that, you know, sals to me are just for fun, and so that we can like connect on Instagram and kind of support each other in our stitching. So if you are stitching on a project, or you're a monogamous stitcher and you don't want to start something new, then throw a black cat needle minder on your project and take a picture and go ahead and join the sal. I mean, that's how I feel about it. The second thing that I'm starting in August, I'm going to do Leo by Satsuma Street on black fabric, because I've never done anything on black, and I figured it was as good a time as any to try out that. You know, there's not a ton of stuff that like categories that I haven't done or attempted yet. But you know, when I come across things that, you know, I've never done that, I kind of want to at least try it and see if I hate it, I hate it, and I won't do it again. But who knows, I might love stitching on black fabric. I know I love the way it looks when it's completed, so I haven't done it yet though. So I'm going to do that, and I'm actually going to start that on my birthday. I did the same thing last year. I started something that I hadn't done before, which was like the little needlepoint with all the specialty stitches when I did Lion of Judah, and I started that on my birthday. And so yeah, so kind of I'm starting little stitching traditions. So that's August. July, I talked about last week that I wanted to do in ink circles, and I had a pattern that I have in one of the Halloween special edition magazines. And I did choose, I think, the cauldron boil and bubble one. I would say most people chose that one who made a comment. A couple people liked the other one, the wings and things. But I don't like the skull and bones on that one as much. I like the spider web in the middle, but I don't like the edge as much as the cauldron burn. So I'm going to be doing that on a purple Aida that I got, actually, it was kind of like a freebie thank you gift from somebody on eBay. I had ordered a piece of fabric and they were a little bit late sending it out, and so they sent me this extra piece of purple. And I'm going to do a really pretty orange needle necessity. So you'll see that in July. And then at the end of this month, I have a start that I want to do, and I will show you that when I get to haul. Okay, so the other finish that I had this week, which is kind of, it turned into a finish and a new start. So it was, I was working on this Color Delights Lime pattern by Needle Delights. It is a counted canvas piece, and I did finish this one. Let me see. There we go. That makes it a little easier to see. And I think it came out really pretty. I used kind of half called for and half substitutions just because I couldn't find the called for, so I used, like, this is supposed to be some kind of rainbow gallery thing that, you know, I put an order on 1-2-3 Stitch, and so basically I only got stuff that they had. I didn't want to search around. I didn't think it was necessary. This green sparkly one is the right color, but it called for a standard one. I don't have it. And 1-2-3 Stitch only carries the petite, so I just doubled it. But I did use the called for watercolor and water lily silk. Anyway, so when I finished this, or as I was finishing it, I was thinking, like, what am I going to do with it? I framed the bubblegum that I did, but I just don't have room for a bunch of little tiny things all over my walls, or even, excuse me, I don't have that much surface to put things on, you know, and I really love doing these, and I think they're so pretty, but, you know, what am I going to do with them? So I was looking at it, and I don't even know how this came into my head, but I thought it'd be really cool to make kind of like a walnut shell filled, like a cube, like a paperweight type thing with a cube. And since these are like little squares, basically 6 little squares, and I can make a cube. So so far I have 3 Color Delights patterns, and at first I thought that I would use all 3, and, you know, like I do the bubblegum again, and then I thought, you know, and I could do different colorways for the 3 patterns. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, no, you know, I really want to I'll do this pattern and make this the cube, and I'll just do it with different colors. And I decided to do 5 instead of 6, and then the bottom one, maybe I'll just do like just a needlepoint, you know, solid needlepoint, because you know, so it has a nice base to sit on, and there's no texture, because these actually do have kind of a bit of a texture to them, and so I thought it would be better to have the bottom something, you know, and that way I will always see the work actually part. So I went through the stash and stuff that I already have, and kind of tried to put together little packets of thread. So I'm going to do a pink, a peach, a blue, and kind of like a rainbow. And that's based on just the flosses that I already had. So I'm using basically the same colors and stuff that I had in Bubblegum to do a pink version. The shiny one, I'm going to do a white shiny because that's all I have. I'm going to do like a blue version, a blue purpley one, using these colors. And then I got this really pretty watercolors floss, so I'm going to do one with that as the watercolor. The silk, I'm going to use this one that I got from Robin, Bird's Eye Stitcher, because I think that goes pretty well together. So this has like all the green, the yellow, the peach, the blue, the red, or dark pink. So I thought it would be okay. I'll do the green and the yellow in the silk, the blue in the shiny. There's a little bit of, I'll do like a pink accent, and then I'm using this ribbon floss instead of the shiny floss. Or no, not the shiny. The ribbon floss instead of the sparkly one in there. So I think that will work for the rainbow. And I think I'm going to put the rainbow on the top, and then I'll have the 4 colors, you know, around the sides. And then the 4th one that I started on last night, oops, I'm using this color. It's sort of like peach, so it's like a peachy gold brown kind of thing. And I did start it, and so that's where I'm beginning. Anyway, I think it's going to actually be really kind of a cool thing to do the color conversion, and do the different, you know, the different versions of all of these, of the same pattern. These things stitch up pretty quick, and I find them like super, just kind of like relaxing and methodical to do. So I think it's going to be fun to do it. And I don't know how long it'll take me, but I think that'll be fun. And then I think it'll be really cool to have like a little cube, to make a little cube. So that was a finish, but then I don't know now if this is like 1 project or 5 projects. I'll, you know, obviously I'm going to count each one as I finish it as a finish, but okay. Then let's see, I had another new start, very small new start this week. Blooming Kitty, and this is Val's stuff, and it's just another Button Company pattern. And I just bought this kind of like on a whim. It was really inexpensive. It was like $2 or $3 pattern. You only stitch, you stitch the head, and you stitch the border and this whole bottom thing, and then it comes with these like fancy buttons that you put. And the reason I'm doing this one right now is because of my friend who agreed to kind of like cat sit or check on Baggy in December. So I have plenty of time to finish this. It's done on perforated paper, and then it has like a perforated paper background thing that you put it on. So you put this over that when you frame it. So I only got a little start on this. I start on the kitty head. But this is going to be a thank you gift to my friend Lori for watching Bagheera in December. Taylor, my stepdaughter, is going to come and just check on him either 2 days or 1 day when I'm gone for the long weekend. So, you know, with a cat, they're a little bit less labor intensive. So, as long as you know, he has a big bowl of food, or actually like a little feeder of food and water, and then she's going to come, I'm leaving Wednesday night, so I'll be able to like feed him and make sure he has everything he needs Wednesday before I leave. But Taylor's going to come in either Thursday and Saturday or Friday and make sure his food is filled, refresh the water, check the boxes, and give him some wet food. So he may not get his wet dinner for 1 or 2 nights during the weekend that he's used to, but I'll be back Sunday, so he'll get it that night. He won't starve, and he will be fine. Okay, so other than the stuff I already showed you, I didn't have, you know, I mean, I worked on all that stuff, so as far as whips go, I only had one other thing, and that is my Year of Celebrations, July. I got quite a bit more done on that. Why do I keep putting this white thing away? So yeah, I got a lot more done on that, and there's another rocket that goes over here, and then there's some border, like the corner border stuff that needs to be done on that one. So I'm going to try and at least work on this a couple nights this week. That should be pretty quick to finish. And then I just have August and September. So that's another, you know, whip that I can get out of the way. Okay, that really just brings me to my haul plan. Well, I already kind of went over plans with you a bit. I was good. I didn't make any purchases this week. As I said, I wasn't going to. I was putting a stop on the cross-stitch supply purchases. I still have some stuff that's coming in, some orders that are coming in from a couple weeks ago. I almost ordered something this week, but I was good. I held back. So, okay. So I showed you this before. That I got this spring garden. This is from Nancy's Needles. It's seasonal garden series. It's out of print, and I ordered this from eBay, and it came with all of the flosses and the treasures and everything. But of course, when I got it, I loved it. So I did go online to see if I could find a seller who had the other ones, and I did. This doesn't have any of the materials, so when I actually go to do these, they're going to be a little bit pricey to kit up because it's all these specialty flosses and stuff. But so that was spring. This is summer. Autumn garden. And see, I don't know if you can see, but that little squirrel, the pumpkin, and then 3 of the leaves in the tree. Those are all the glass treasures. So they all have, this one has a little frog and leaves and a butterfly that are glass treasures. That was summer and autumn. And then winter has a snowman, a rabbit, and little stars. But these are just so cute. Kind of detailed because they're really small. They're only like going to be like that big. And what I was thinking about doing, whoops. I got this little frame, and I think that they would be really cute to be able to like use this. I got this separately, but when I was thinking about how I could possibly display them, I thought that they would look really cute in this frame, and then they could be switched out. So that is a plan for later in the year, possibly. Definitely not right away. Okay, then I talked about this last week. I got 2 memorabilia patterns that they came with the bead packs. So the 2 I got, this is Florentina, and I just love her. I love that she has a little white cat by her, and I love there's cherries on her dress. I just think she's so beautiful. But I'm not going to do her right away. She's going to be for after. So after I finish the one I'm going to start this month, so, you know, we're not going to see her for like at least a year. But I think she's beautiful. So the one that I got that I'm going to start right away is Ella. So I know a lot of people have done this one or are doing this one, rightly so, because she's so pretty. And I love her little frog. And I love this story. And she also came with the bead pack. You know, and it's funny, Ella was less expensive than Florentina, and she has like so many more beads. So I don't know what that's about, but I mean, she wasn't a ton less expensive, just a little. I ordered a piece of fabric for her that I have not received yet. I ordered it from eBay, and the seller put the wrong apartment number on the package, and I didn't even realize it until like it was supposed to show up by Tuesday, And she sent me like a little email, an email with like the picture of the package just being sent out like the week before. And I kind of like glanced at it and I'm like, yeah, it's coming out. And then when I didn't get it by Tuesday, I took a good look at it and I realized that she had put a 3 instead of an 8 for the apartment. So I contacted her, I contacted my apartment building and asked them to contact the people in apartment 3 if they got it to, you know, give it to me. But I haven't gotten it yet. And she was super sweet. She was like, oh my gosh, I'll send you out another one right away. I'm like, don't send it out right away. Let's wait till the end of the weekend. If I don't get it, then yes, send me another one. And then if I get the second piece, I'll just pay you for 2 pieces. But it's kind of like a, I think it's called sandy pink or beach pink, or it's kind of a rosy color. And I think that Ella will look really pretty on it because I think it'll contrast nicely. But I don't have the fabric yet, so I can't start it. I put together, nope, that's not it. I started kitting up the flosses. So I need to get another one of these cards, plastic, you know, floss drop cards. So I'm waiting for that, and then I'm also waiting for a 1, 2, 3 stitch order to finish, you know, kitting up the flosses. So I have 3 orders that I'm waiting on to finish kitting up this project so that I can start it. But yeah, I'm excited to start that. It'll be my first Mirabilia. My Nora Corbett Black Kitten, you know, got a taste of that, but they're not as, you know, involved as a Mirabilia. So I'm excited to start my first Mirabilia for my 1-year anniversary. And yeah, so that's basically the plans. Everything's going to happen in the next couple months. I hope you guys join me in my Black Cat birthday sale. And if you don't want to stitch anything, just follow along. But anyway, I think that that's it for this week, you guys. I hope that you have a very, you know, nice week next week, relaxing, low stress, get a lot of stitching done if that makes you happy. And in the meantime, please remember to always be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Karla. Bye, everybody.